Okay, testing, 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 testing. I think it looks good. Brum, 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 brum. What is that from? Oompa loompa, oompa dee doo. Dum, 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 dum. That's what it is. Whiners, I think we're good. I'm just watching my mic levels in the corner of my eye after I tested it already, and I think it's good. I think we're good to go. Oh, grrr, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And for the land and of the free in the home of the brave. Amen. That was out of line. That was out of line. I might cut that. That actually reminds me of this performance I did in like 5th grade, 4th grade, maybe. Oh my God. I wonder if there's footage of that somewhere. Literally waving an American flag to some sort of America song. And that's so interesting coming from me. Oh my God, what was that song? Born in the USA. Something like that. Lord have mercy. All right, first of all, welcome back. Happy Thirsty Thursday, Whiners. It's your girl P Honey on the mic. We have a solo episode, and I think we've got a good one in store for y'all, if that intro was any sort of inkling. Hold on real quick. Let me take a drink of this, see if it's too hot. Pretty good. I am, what was I going to say? Oh, first of all, my tummy kind of hurts. And so I'm not drinking wine. And so then I made myself a hot tea, you would think. It's not a hot tea. It's a hot toddy. So I did still put whiskey in this because I feel like that's what all of our elders and our, anyone smart, when they have something to say, they're like, drink tequila or drink whiskey or something like that. And so that's what I'm doing. So this is off brand for me, not wine, but as a little whiskey, a little hot toddy. If you don't know what a hot toddy is, it's hot tea. I chose ginger peach. Then it's whiskey, honey, maybe a little lemon if you got it. Maybe I could have put a spice in there of some sort, but I didn't. Just very simple. Hopefully I won't be slurping like that the whole episode. I'll try and mind that for y'all. But yeah, my tummy hurts a little bit. And actually, is it my tummy that hurts a little bit? Or is it I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel a little blah. And is it like gas pains maybe? Because I'm kind of burpy. Or this is going to be a lot for you, for any of my male listeners. Sorry about this. But do you know what it is actually? Besides my tummy kind of hurting and having gas pains, my ass is throbbing. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm about to start my period. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me check this out. 6 days it says. Interesting. You guys know what I'm talking about when your ass just throbs? It feels like I have a heartbeat in my butt. That's what I feel right now. And again, if that was too much for you, so sorry about it. Wow. Okay, beyond that, it's cold as fuck here in Texas right now. And by fuck, I mean it's only like 50 degrees. It's not 30 degrees. But in my apartment, in this old ass apartment that I bitch about all the time, I think, it's just made of old things, stone, concrete, and things that I know houses are still typically made of. But it just feels really, really cold in here. So, and I'm against heater. That's probably the only thing that I will say I have cancel culture for. I am not a heater girly, so I do not like the feeling of stifling heat. I'd rather put 2 hoodies on, a couple pairs of sweats, double up the socks type thing. I do not care for the heat. Like even in my car, I do like a seat heater, but not the heat coming out of the vent. It just makes me feel immediately claustrophobic or something. And you know what? But okay, my friend made a good point. She's like, well, you can't have your guests freezing to death, when they come over to the studio. So you're going to need to get some sort of space heater. So I did try and put the heater on just to see if I could stand it. And my lips are so chapped. They're like stinging. There's a lot going on. I mean, are they chapped and stinging because of the heat? Or are they chapped and stinging because of the filler and the Botox and the dissolving that I've been doing? We'll get to that later, but that's besides the point. What else have I been up to? I feel like I have been around the block, around the world, around the world, around the world. I don't know if I have that key right, but you know what song I'm singing. I feel like I've been around the world, around the block, and back again, and I have to catch you guys up on so much. So this is going to be a fun solo ep. I went to California real quick trip. The purpose of my trip was to support a friend who unfortunately had a loved one pass away. And I knew the person, of course, that had passed away, but really I just went there to support my friend and be there for her. And I'm so happy I was able to. I think a few episodes ago, my last solo episode, I talked about like how it's hard to be away from your friends when they're going through hard things. And I was able to go and be there and support her. So that was really important to me and to her, I think, and to our friendship. It meant a lot. So it meant a lot for both of us. So that was the reason I went. I didn't really do anything too crazy, too fun. Fam's good. Saw 2 of my sisters that live there, of course. Went to the old egg plantation, which I always make sure to go to, get my Bloody Mary, get my delicious breakfast, see everyone. Walter, of course, is the celebrity of the trip. He's just the best. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Walter is my family pit bull. And honestly, like, I know I always say I don't like dogs, and I don't really like dogs. I like pit bulls. And I like Stranger's pit bulls. Oh my God, I saw Stranger's pit bull today at CVS. He had him inside. He was so cute. I was petting him and he didn't want to leave. Ooh, cute. But anyway, I do love pit bulls. I don't know why. My family's just always had them, and I do love pit bulls. And that's kind of the only dog that I like get horny for. But anyway, besides the point is, one of the reasons I don't like dogs is because they're going to die. And I have abandonment issues. And so every single time I go to California, Walter is, I think he's 13 now. He is old. He's skinny. You can see his ribs. He's almost all the way deaf. He's definitely losing his vision. Like, he's getting old. And so I've been to California, I think 4 or 5 times this year now. And I've said bye to him 4 or 5 times. Like, it's exhausting. I just think that like the next time I go, or the next time I come home, he's going to pass away and I'm not going to be there when it happens. And it's just awful. So, but he is so cute still. I love him so much and he's so excited to see me. We have dance parties in the kitchen and he's just the best. He's the cuddler. He wants to be on your lap, and he's very annoying. I do feel bad for my sister because he's like up all throughout the night having to go to the bathroom because he's old and he can't hold it anymore. And he's like whining at the air, and like, I get it, but like, let him live. You know what I mean? Like, just let him live. So that was, of course, California. It never ceases to amaze me how humbled I feel when I go home. My sisters just really know how to let me know that I ain't shit. Like, in a good way. Like, I am shit. I'm cool, right? But like, I bought these silver metallic glasses at Target and then this like shiny black puffer vest, and I came out and we were going to breakfast together, and my sister Courtney was like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" You know, like, and then I sway. She's like, "I wish I had your confidence," but it's like, I also know that means like, wish I had your confidence to wear like the most ridiculous thing ever and like doesn't even look good and you just don't care, you know? And it's like, I agree. I know my style is tacky and I shout it from the rooftops. That's fine. Actually, I was just hanging out with Rachel Redhead Great Ideal Carlson the other day. She's going to be so horny that I mentioned her name again. She always gets horny about that. But anyway, we had just come from yoga, but we were like, let's go get lunch. And we were in disgusting yoga clothes, like not a cute workout set. Like, we were just drenched and just blah. And I just had slides on. I didn't have socks with slides. I didn't have a tennis shoe. You know, I didn't have like a cute hoodie or anything like that. And I kept saying like, she was like, let's go here. And I was like, can we go there? Like, it just feels a little mutt, you know, like, are we underdressed? And so the second place we went for a drink, she's like, I really can't believe. She's like, I really just have to mention the fact that like, you've said like 2 or 3 times today, like, are you sure I look like this? Like, can we go in? Can we go to this place? And it's like, have you seen some of the things that you wear? And honestly, flattered. I don't know what it is. I don't know where I got this tacky sense of style. Isn't it crazy that like I don't look at it and think it? I look at it and think it's a little bit tacky, but overall, I think it's a cute outfit. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be wearing something that I thought was not a cute outfit. So, and this is just par for the course. Like on brand. I was at Marshall's recently. I was FaceTiming with my friend, and she's like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And I was like, "Juicy shorts." She's like, "No, put them back." I'm like, no, I like them. They're just like, they're bedtime shorts. They're, you know, velour. They have juicy on them. They're like boxer style. So they have like the band at the top that says juicy, juicy, juicy. And she's like, Pete, put them back. Like, no, I know they're tacky, but I want them. So shout out to me for being me. You know what I mean? Despite people's opinions. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I did get these cute Uggs, by the way, like charge them to the game. I'm going to write them off for the podcast as my podcast shoe. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Aren't they cute? Aren't they my style? They say Ugg on that little thing if you're watching on YouTube. I just felt like because, you know, being in sweats and stuff and comfortable is kind of like my thing for the pod. And I've been having guests over and I've been in socks, which is fine. But then I feel people feel pressure to take off their shoes. I'm like, no, come on in, wear your shoes. But now I just feel a little bit more profesh with these Uggs. Guys, I'm just so burpy. It's crazy. I'm really happy Cinco's not here to like, so I can burp freely in between, and I'll just edit those things out for you. Oh yeah, Cinco's not here. That's something to update you all on. I'm producer-less. I'm engineer-less. It's just your girl P Honey. He is going to concentrate more on his music. You guys know he's a rapper, music artist. I don't know exactly what the right term is. I think music artist. But he has a lot going on in the next like 6 months to a year. A lot of great positive things going on. And I'm just going to be honest. He's not really getting a return on his invested time at the pod. You know what I mean? And like, that's totally fine. So he is going to be concentrating more on his music. And he set me up, made sure that I knew exactly what I'm doing here with the recording situation. Which was pretty, like, I remembered how to do it. So it was all good. So yeah, Cinco will be, not really here. He may come, like, if I have a big guest or big episode, or I might bring in, like, another engineer if I fucking feel like it. You know what I mean? But, like, also, maybe I fucking don't. Because it's kind of nice to just be on my own sketch. Like, got home from work, took a little nap because I'm going to be up late editing. And it's like, I didn't have to like, ooh, Cinco's going to be here at this time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm doing a solo episode. I'm just burping up the wazoo. You guys aren't going to hear it, but like, I'm just in my bag. I just looked down at my phone to turn on Do Not Disturb. And I have to tell you guys, are you on Snapchat? I know Snapchat was a thing of the past. And when people, you know, on dating apps been like, oh, what's your phone number? What's your Snapchat? I'm like, bro, I'm in my 30s. I don't have a Snapchat. However, the TikTok, the people, they've been saying they've been making money on the TikTok or on the Snapchat. So I re-downloaded Snapchat and it's wild out there. First of all, I hadn't opened Snapchat in like probably 7 to 10 years. So I just like reopened my same account. So I have previous friends and stuff on there. But you know what I also have is I have friend requests that have been sitting there for, let's say, the 3 years that I've been in Houston, because you can find people via phone number, right? So even though my Snapchat wasn't ever open, people have been adding me to Snapchat. Do you know what people have been adding me to Snapchat? All these random Hinge Joe Schmoes, like, and so they're in my phone as whatever I saved them as, their phone number, and I don't remember. Like, it's like Marcus Hinge, Joe Hinge, Adonis, Tinder, like, and all these people are like, I have friend requests and adding me, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know, I'm lost. And also I just don't know how Snapchat works these days. There's like celebrities on there. Like basically, I need a crash course. But what I'm saying is it's landmines. Oh, and the landmines are people that I haven't talked, like people that have texted me since, like let's say we matched on Hinge 3 years ago and then I broke it off with them, like never even met them, maybe just decided I wasn't interested in them. Then they've messaged me in the last couple years, like Paige, hey Paige, and I just haven't responded because it's like, bro, I already said no, we've never met, like give it up. I accepted all these friend requests, and so now, Marcus from Hinge, for example, is like, hey Paige, how are you? Oh my God, how you been? It's been a long time. Is this the right page? Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh no. Did I just give one, this man some hope? Two, who are you? I don't remember. So I don't know how long I'm going to last on that thing, but I thought I would give it a go. Trying to do, better on all the cross promoting and the networking and blah, de blah, de blah. Speaking of networking, I feel like, again, I told you, around the world, around the block, I have been out in these streets, and not the dating streets. I've been out in the networking streets, the podcasting streets, the fun events, doing new things. Like, I am not on the dating apps, and bless myself. Like, good for me. I'm not wasting any of my time and my energy on these things, and I just feel more energized to be doing other things. Like, I'm so proactive with the podcast right now. Like, pat me on my back. It feels so good. Booking guests, I'm getting out, I'm socializing, like just doing new fun things too. I went to a comedy show, which I haven't been to since I was like 21 at the Laugh Factory in LA, which honestly, that was a good time. I remember when I went, but, I met this girl, Leah Sampson, she was the girl that I hung out with after the catfish massage date went bad. He said he got in a car accident, and I was like in a great dress, I had my makeup done, and I was like, girl, I'm going out to get a drink. I'm not going home. Look at me. And she's like, let's go. So we hit it off. We had a great time. Ended up, she was going to be performing at a comedy show out here in Houston, and she's from Houston, lives in Austin. But anyway, had the best time, went to her show, went with a couple of my friends, and it was like something so different from like going to a bar. Like, I don't know, it just felt really fun. So I'm going to do that again. And again, just like networking, meeting people. I also went to the Doja Cat concert. Shout out to my friend Tiff. She had tickets and she invited me. The day of, she texted me and she's like, girl, I'm sick, I can't go. You should still try and go. Like, here's the parking pass, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, well, like, I'm not a huge, like, I was going to one because like the tickets were free and good. They were sweet tickets, like fun. I like Doja Cat's music, but you guys know my toxic trait is music. Like, even if I like an artist, I'm no way possible their biggest fan, like, because I just don't know their songs word for word. I am very bad at that. So anyway, and like good company with my friend, it would have been fun. So anyway, she's like, you should still try and go. I was like, all right, well, this isn't something, like, I do things by myself a lot, but I was like, this isn't something that I want to go to by myself. So let me ask a few people. I asked a few people if they can come. And then so I texted that comedian, this girl that I hit it off with. And I was like, hey, if you're already out here in Houston for the show, I have tickets to a Doja Cat concert. And she's like, I'm on my way. And I was like, from Austin? She's like, yes, bitch, I love Doja Cat. I'm on my way. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And Austin is, for anyone who doesn't know, like 2.5 hours from Houston. It's not terrible. But she's like, I'm on my way. She's like, be there at 7:45. Like, I'll just have to do my makeup really quick. We can go. Okay. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Okay. So it was actually so fun going with somebody who was an incredible fan of like them. Do you know what I mean? Like, she knew every word. She was just so jazzed the whole time. She was like finishing her makeup at my house. And I was like, I mean, did I even mention that they were sweet tickets? And she's like, you trying to fuck? She's like, I don't really do that, but like, I will. I'll look into it. Like, what? Sweet tickets for Doja Cat? Hell yeah. So I guess she was trying to go out to the Austin concert, but tickets are expensive, you know? So to be able to get free tickets and then sweet tickets was really nice. So I told Tiff she's got good karma for a long time for not being able to go, and like that ticket going to somebody who really wanted it. So that was fun. Besides that, just like holiday parties up the wazoo. I'm going to really be careful at my work holiday party coming up in a couple of weeks here, because if you guys remember last year, I fell. to put it lightly. And let's say it wasn't lightly. I'm a heavy person. So it wasn't light. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, everybody saw it, and it was very embarrassing. And the worst part about it is I was only on my second beverage. I was not even drunk, which would have helped the ego a little bit. And it would have been like, oh, she's hammered, rightfully so, she fell. But then I had to be like, guys, I'm not even drunk. I'm so embarrassed. I was wearing these like new boots that went all the way over my knee, which was fine. But like, I think they just had like a clunkier, they weren't heeled, but they were like, a big sole, like the sole was platformed, and they were just like, clunky. And we were at this bar, and I just tripped right down the wooded steps. My company's small, about 70 employees, and there were about 50 employees present, and including my CEO, my CFO, my direct boss. And they're very serious about they were like the messages that they sent out before the work party last year. Well, every year are like, no exception with drinking. Like, we will take your keys. Like, we'll pay for your Uber. Like, please don't be stupid. You know what I mean? Don't be that guy. I was that guy. It was so terrible. But I was not the guy who was like putting up a fight about the keys. I literally fell. My old fashioned it was my second drink. I just got at the bar, took one sip of it, fell down the stairs. I landed somehow with like the old fashioned still upright and like only spilled a couple drops. As I stood up, the lawyer that works at our company was like, oh my God, you didn't even spill your drink. Like, good for you. And like basically went to cheers me with his drink so like I could drink more. And I said, I'm not drinking that. HR is behind me. He's like, oh, okay. So what I did immediately was I went to my purse, got my keys, and I went over to my HR person, and I was like, I'm giving you my keys, but I would like the record to state that this is only my second drink. I did just accidentally trip, but like I just don't want any problems, So anyway, that party's coming up again, and I'm going to be on my best behavior. But yeah, calendar is filling up. Get in where you can. Fit in where you can. Make a plan. If you're not on my calendar, we're not hanging out. Like, no, this is why I know it's the holidays and it's crazy, but like when you're dating and guys don't make a plan, it's like, what do you think? I just have free nights every single night? You think I'm just sitting at my house door dashing Thai food every night? No, I only do that once a week, you douche. And you know what? Those are some of my favorite nights. Chinese food actually sounds so good. Maybe my stomach hurts from the grocery store sushi I had for lunch. But it's from Central Market, and Central Market is very good and very overpriced. So I can't imagine their sushi is bad. Anyway, segue. What's it? What else have I been doing? Oh, we just had Thanksgiving. It was fun. Thanksgiving was fun. So the past 3 years. Yeah. I think 3 years. Because when I first moved here, that was 2020. I spent Thanksgiving here. Then 2021, I spent back at home in California. Then 2022, 2023. So this is my third Thanksgiving. My third Thanksgiving here in Houston. And it's actually so funny. I spend it with my friend's family, and my friend actually goes out of town, but her family it's actually her husband's family, just welcomes us in, just loves us. And honestly, the best food ever. Crawfish mac and cheese. She didn't do crawfish mac and cheese this year. She typically does. I mean, I have to talk to Tina about that. But anyway, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, the dressing, which I'd never had dressing before. I didn't know there was a difference between that and stuffing, like before I came to Houston. But so yummy. So it was so fun. We just played games, hung out, real chill. I did mention in the episode with Phil a few weeks ago that I was going to like trick everyone and bring my yams to the party and like have somebody else bring them in so nobody would know that they're me, because I just always get asked to bring the charcuterie. And it's like, you see those memes going around that like the girl that brings the mac and cheese has good pussy. Like, she is throwing down in the kitchen. And it's like, I'm not asking to bring the mac and cheese. I'm just asking to bring the yams. Okay. And there was a little bit of a debate that went on. So I didn't end up doing the trick. One, because I felt bad. And two, it's like, yeah, I just felt weird about tricking someone. But I posted on my Instagram story, like, I posted a picture of what I normally make. And I make yams, which are yellow Sweet potatoes are orange. If you guys haven't learned, you're going to learn today. And I think that's where we're coming to the fight. You know what I mean? I think a yellow, because people call them sweet potatoes. They're like, oh, are you bringing your sweet potatoes, P? Are you bringing your sweet potatoes? Are you doing your grandma's sweet potato recipe? And the answer is yes, I am, but they're actually yams that you use, not sweet potatoes. So when you roll up with yellow sweet potatoes, people are like, what is that? But they're yams. So if you know that yams are supposed to be yellow, then you should be fine with seeing them. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the problem we're coming to. But so I decided I'm going to make them for Christmas and I'm going to bring them over to my friend's house. I'm not going to lie, not going to trick anyone, but I'm going to be like, here are my yams. Try them. My friend told me, though, not to bring them to his house. He said, he won't allow them in. And I think it's very rude to not give somebody a chance. So I'm going to force feed it down everyone's throat. I just want to try. Just give me a chance. Give me some critiques. Give me some criticism. I'm open to it, Just let me try. You know what I did, I guess a couple months ago at this point. God, time flies. I don't know. Was it 2 months ago? Was it 6 weeks? Was it a month ago? I highly recommend doing that thing that you've been thinking about doing and putting off because it seems daunting, seems like too much. I highly recommend doing it. And what I'm talking about is reorganizing my bedroom. I had been wanting to my dresser was like broken. Like one of the drawers was like it would like break off every time I pulled it out. And I was like, oh, this is so annoying. It was a source of frustration every single morning. My closet, this apartment, I love the location. I'm liking the apartment more, but like the closet is so weird. The closet is like, the door is so skinny, but then the inside of the closet goes, 4 feet wider than the door. So it's like I have to climb in my closet to get anything. It's, again, another source of frustration every single day. So I had been wanting to like fix that, but I just couldn't really wrap my head around how I was going to, you know what I mean? And I just kept putting it off. Well, finally, I just was like, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to go to IKEA and get the things I think, and I'm going to put it together. It's going to be very annoying if I don't like it, but then I'm going to return it if it doesn't work, if it's not what I want. Well, I ended up fucking killing it. It's exactly what I wanted. I switched my bed to the other side. I got a new, thing, like a little shelf instead of my dresser. I blah, 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 blah. I can access my clothes better. I can see more clearly. I like plug the side that my lamps are originally on. I didn't have an extension cord where the lamp went. So it's just like, I was being really lazy in my bedroom. And I'm telling you, since I changed that, I feel, I can't even put a percentage on it. I feel so much more organized, more successful, more productive, more stylish, maybe a little tacky in your eyes, but still more stylish. I have a little clothing rack. Oh yeah, that made a big difference. And it's like, I want to make sure that doesn't become like a heap of shit that goes in the clothing rack. It's like aesthetically pleasing. I'm planning my outfits for the week. I had some incredible guests on. I'm sure you guys have listened to their episodes. If not, you should go back. I had Simran, the naked gal. I had Christina Artema, the chatty mouse. I had Lucy Woe from Wolash. And I might be missing somebody, but they all were it came up in each of their episodes that like they get ready for the day. Like basically it makes them feel really good. It makes them get started. Like they're just kind of prepared for anything. And it took, listening back to those episodes a few different times, through editing and stuff like that. And honestly doing all 3 of them and being like, I can do that. Like I can get up 10 to 15 minutes earlier and do that. And Whiners, I've been doing it. And so again, I don't know if that's been 2 months, 1 month, 6 weeks, but I feel infinitely just better. And there was an example where it came in so clutch. Okay, I was at my normal day job, but I had gotten ready. This was like in the first week that I was like getting ready and doing the thing and going to work. I get a phone call from Carolina the Nightcap, queen of last minute shit. Shout out, but queen, not you, but like the producer, Anna, Matt. I love you guys, keep calling me, but things come out. And I've worked in production before. I know it's all last minute. Anyway, I get a call from Carolina and she's like, hey boo. And I was like, hey, I'm at work. What's up? And she's like, shoot, can you be at 60 Vines in 15 minutes? And I was like, wow. Immediately in my head, I was like, wow. Yes, I can. One, like I knew that my calendar was free and I can put in PTO and I can leave. That was like lucky. But 2, I was ready. Typically when I go to work, I go just like looking like absolute crap. I have no makeup on, which I'm not trying to say like I'm terrible without makeup or like I don't think I'm beautiful without makeup. I do, but it's like I can't go be on a TV show with no makeup. You know what I mean? I'm representing myself the way I want to. So I had makeup on. I had a cute outfit on, like work appropriate. So it like wasn't my favorite for a TV show, but like it totally worked. And I was like, you know what, Carolina? I can. I'm on my way. And in that moment, I was like, yeah, it's worked out. This is what you should be doing. Like you're obviously a business professional at your real job, your day job, but like you're representing your brand, Adultish Wines, like, and yourself on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. Like get it together. And honestly, that was like, I think the moment or the reassurance that I needed to continue on. And since then, I've been like just better about making content. Like I can just make it whenever because I'm more confident because I'm just ready for the day. I have my eyebrows on or I have my hair done. Even if I'm in my gym clothes, like I still have like put in some effort to where I'm like feeling really comfortable and good and ready for the day. So shout out to those women who were so like inspiring and just letting me know that I can do that. And you can do that too. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Like if that's not your style, but for me it is. Like I love getting dressed. I love having some sort of weird fashion, tacky fashion, I love having my eyebrows on. Like that makes me feel, so comfortable. It's crazy to think that like, I remember the first time my makeup artist drew on my eyebrows was for my friend's wedding and I absolutely had a conniption. I was 21 during this wedding, 21 maybe. And eyebrows were not a thing then. And I remember having an absolute fucking panic attack and like scratching them off, wiping them off, freaking out. Anyway, so yeah, do the thing that you've been putting off because you know that it's going to feel so good. And it really did. I'm going to try and make this AAA story short. These people are crazy. I've always said, like, since season 1, I've always said this thing about, like, how do we just trust a complete stranger? You know what I mean? Like, we get on a plane, we just trust that pilot. We get an Uber, we just trust the Uber. And it's like, I do these things, and I fully do. I'm like, all right, ready to go travel. Like, no second thought. I love flying. Like, I'm not scared at all. But, like, isn't it weird that we just trust? Like, going on a date, we just trust this random person from an online app. Okay? Isn't it weird that we just trust somebody from AAA to like do the job that they said that they were going to do, like switch the account, how they said they were going to switch the fucking account? So very, very, very long story short, I'm going to do my best. I got a new car, as you know, which I don't even know if I've told you his name. I've decided it's a he. It's a 2023 Toyota 4Runner and he's white and he's sexy as fuck. And his name is Pharrell the 4Runner. Ah, how cute. I love it. I love my car, by the way. Every single day I go to get in my car, I get horny about it. So yeah, love it. Best decision I ever made. A little out of my price range. Best decision I ever made. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, so I get a new car. So I call the insurance, get a quote, went up. So I call around, try and get a cheaper quote. Turns out AAA was still the best. So I called AAA back the next day. I'm like, yo, girl, your quote was the best. I want to just, adjust my policy with my new car. She's like, great, you want to keep it the same? And I was like, oh, well, is there still the pay in full discount? She's like, no, girl, there's not. I was like, okay, girl, no, then I don't want to do pay in full. I want to do monthly payments. And she's like, okay, girl, there's a discount if you do auto pay. And I was like, okay, girl, sign me up for auto pay. And then she was like, do you want to do your first payment today? It's $172. And I said, okay, girl, debit my account. Love that for me. Like take it out. It's going to be, whatever, I have to pay it. It's like getting gas. You have to pay it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I get in the mail that I'm like signed up for auto pay. Like, by the way, who checks their mail that often? Okay. Not me. 1, I sign up for paperless, statements and paperless billing. 2, I use AAA on an app. Okay. Like if you're going to communicate with me about my account, why aren't you communicating through the app that I make a claim through, that I pay my bill through? Like what is happening? I don't understand. So anyway, I get these notifications that I have, great, thanks for enrolling in autopay. Check. Great, here's your insurance card. Check. Great, you're enrolled in autopay. Check. Great, here's your insurance card. You're insured from 10/23/23 to 10/23/24. Be blessed, good luck, don't get in an accident. Here's your policy. I think, great. I'm driving around. I'm driving, swerving. I'm going crazy out here in the Houston streets because I got insurance. Because I've had a car since I was fucking 18 and I've always had insurance, okay? And I have confirmation. I paid my damn bill with the girl. So then I go out of town. I go to California. I'm not really checking my mail. Right before Thanksgiving, I go check my mail. And I have a shit ton. By the way, there's like 27 residents that used to live in this god-awful apartment complex before me. And they're getting very important mail. But it's not my fault they didn't change their thing with the post office. So anyway, now I just throw that shit away. I've told my property manager to pick it up. He won't. It's not my fault. Anyway, that's another reason why I don't check my mail. It's like never for me and it's never fun. It's never money. It's always give me money in the mail. And it's ridiculous. So anyway, then I have 12 actual pieces of mail from AAA. I exaggerated when I said 27 on my Instagram stories, but there were 12 saying like, bitch, you don't have insurance. You didn't make a sufficient payment to your balance. You don't have insurance. Stop driving. You have 10 days to respond. But, you don't have insurance. You don't have insurance. Imagine my surprise because I'm holding my insurance card. Like, I don't understand. So obviously it's Thanksgiving. I'm wait till the next day, give them a call. I'm transferred around to 5-6 different people. And they're all very nice, very good customer service, but they're not understanding. They're like, yeah, oh gosh, yeah, let me take a look at the account. It does look interesting. Like, I wonder what happened here. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what happened here. I'll tell you what happened here. I'm confused. That's what happened here. I have an insurance card in my hand. I paid my bill, switched to auto pay. There's no, you took the money out of my account for the first month. So what are you talking about? And then the girl's like, ooh, it looks like there was just your payment should have been $32 more. And I was like, $32 more. So just so we're clear, I didn't tell the person how much to take out of my account. I didn't tell the person how much my bill was. The girl who said, would you want to make your first payment today? I said, yes, thank you. And she said, okay, it's coming out of your account, boo. And I said, okay, boo, thank you. She said the number, not me. I didn't make the monthly payment. What the fuck is this my fault for? She's like, yeah, well, we sent you notifications. I'm like, you sure did. You sure did. But not through email and not through the app. And I did check my mail and I do have proof that I have insurance. So like, imagine the lawsuit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine me getting in a car accident in the past couple weeks and me thinking I had car insurance and then somebody didn't charge me $32, but like I have my insurance card in my hand saying I have insurance, but like you guys are saying that I don't have insurance. Like, imagine the possibility of a lawsuit there. She's like, I totally understand. I was like, and I'm not trying to be a bitch to you. Anyway, transferred around. She's like, we have to write you a new policy. And I was like, a new policy? What does that mean for me? She's like, it means we can't reinstate it because there's been a lapse. So you just have to get a new policy. So the guy with a new policy over on that line, he's like, honestly, like it's kind of nice because you do get a new member discount and then you get like an onboarder driver discount, So it's like kind of a good deal. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really prepared to pay $2,000, but like, okay, like with a discount, I guess that'll work. But like I need car insurance. And he's like, ooh, how did I overlook this? Yeah, since there's been a lapse in your insurance, you have to pay a 40% surcharge on the $2,000 policy. I said, transfer me to the escalation department. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I really apologize about that. And he's like, our escalation department's closed because of the holiday. And I was like, transfer me to the escalation department. I know that somebody's working there today because car insurance is like an every day, every hour, every second thing. So transfer me to somebody who can help me because I'm not paying for somebody's mistake. He complied. Thank you. Transferred me over. My guy Bruce answers the phone and I said, hey, Bruce, my name's Paige. And I want to start off by saying I'm a nice lady. I'm a nice person. There's 3 sides to every story. So go ahead and look at the account. Get your overview there. I'm going to tell you my side. And then the truth is going to be somewhere in the middle there. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to pay for somebody else's mistake. So if you need to rewrite my policy, okay, bro. Love you, Bruce. If that's what you got to do, do it. I'm not paying a 40% surcharge. So he looks over my account, Again, very good customer service, but he comes back. He's like, I don't think we're going to be able to reinstate it. And I was like, I love that opinion of yours. You're going to have to reinstate it because somebody made a mistake and their name wasn't Paige. And so I've been a member of AAA for 5 years, and you're going to have to figure it out. Rewrite my policy without the 40% surcharge or reinstate my policy with no discount. So you got that? He's like, I got that. Let me go talk to my manager. Spoke to his manager, came back on the phone. He's like, it's pretty clear here that you didn't have any control over this. It was pretty clear that it's a clerical error. And I was like, it sure is. So with that said, it's like, again, I'm just trusting that Bruce is doing the right thing, right? So he's like, okay, so you're good now. You have insurance. And I was like, okay, but like, where's my proof of that? And he's like, well, the accounting department is definitely closed. I was like, I kind of don't believe you, Bruce. But he's like, no, it's definitely closed. So basically by the end of day, next week, Monday, you should be able to see it reflected in your account. I was like, but I do have car insurance, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, and how do I believe, like, what? And so he's like, I'm writing the notes as we speak. So he did. It was Monday. It's not reflected in my account. So I called back today and I talked to a random other person, and they did say that like it's in accounting's hands now. And Bruce, I was like, there should be some notes from my guy Bruce. And she's like, there is notes from a person named Bruce. And I was like, okay, perfect. So anyway, very long story, but it's just a sham and a scam. It's a sham and a scam, adulting is. And we just have to like just trust humans. It's bizarre. It's really weird to me. But anyway, good to go. A couple more things. Guys, I think this is a little bit of a long solo episode. Hopefully that's all right with you. Hopefully you're still on this ride with me. Y'all were very concerned about my lips when I posted them on my Instagram recently. Here's what happened. I've been getting I used to have no top lip, y'all. Okay? 0. When I smiled, 0 lip. So I've been getting filler, and I do it very conservatively. I don't care if anyone knows I have filler and Botox, but like I don't want to look like I have like filler and Botox, And some people like that style, and that's good for them, not for me. For me, I like the more natural vibe. So I've been getting filler like once every year, year and a half for the past like 5-ish years. Well, I started getting some bumps and the filler has started to migrate a little bit. So what happens is you need to dissolve that filler to kind of start anew. And so that's what I was doing. So the dissolve was the thing that like swelled my shit up, made me look like a crazy person, like botched. But now it's down, the swelling's down. I'm supposed to be getting more filler on my lips next week, hopefully, as long as all the bumps have been gone. And that's great. I went to a new place. I'm very excited. I love their kind of like aesthetic and their vibe, and they seem good. It's over in the MKT area in the Heights. If you're in Houston, check them out. Very excited about that. Okay, another announcement. January 4th, new chin alert. January 4th, new chin alert. I'm so excited. I just had my chin lipo consultation. Everything went great. I'm a good candidate, and I'll be getting chin lipo on January 4th, and the results are going to be great. It's like a pretty quick healing process. I'll be bruised and slightly swollen for a week, or like, I'll be in a dressing, like a wrap around my head for a week. So I'll just work from home. I can't work out for 2 weeks. And then I have to like ease into it. And then I was supposed to run like a 5K or a 10K on my birthday weekend, which is the 14th. And I asked her about that, and she's like, go do the next one. Do the next 10K. Like, you don't need to be running with newly chin lipo. And I pretended to be bummed. You know what I mean? But like realistically, I'm not. I'm not bummed, but I'm going to pretend to be bummed to my trainer too. You know what I mean? He's the one, like, we're doing it as like a gym, and I'm just going to have to let him know doctor's orders, can't be running a 10K in January. I also wanted to go paintballing for my birthday, and I'm not sure that I should be doing that. Like, what if I get shot in the face on accident? So anyway, I'm excited about that. I am a little bit nervous because it's local anesthesia. So she was very honest, which I appreciate, but she was like, you are going to feel us in there. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're not going to feel any pain, but you are going to feel us inside and I was like, body? I'm going to feel you in my body? And she's like, you can, like, we can give you the quote to go get put under completely and like go to the actual hospital and like we'll do the surgery there. And I was like, I'm sure that's out of my ass. I'm sure that's money out of my ass. No. And it was like $1,200 or $1,400 more to go that route. And so we are going to get chin lipo and feel them moving around in my chin. But I'm so excited. She said it's genetic, by the way. So like another thing that my deadbeat dad and my dead mom passed on to me. It's like, can I get a break? You know what I mean? So yeah, this thing's going to be gone. And she said it's just like the fat. It's just like right on top. So I'm just like a perfect candidate. Stay tuned. I'm going to force Rachel Redhead Great Idea Carlson to do an episode with me with our chin dressing still on because we're getting him like friendship bracelets, like chin lipos, like friendship bracelets. We're both going to have skinny chins together. I'm so excited. And you know what? Like the doctor was really nice and she's like, has this been bothering you forever? And I said, short answer is yes, but long answer is kind of no. Like I'm kind of at the weight right now where I pretty much sit. Like this is a comfortable weight for me. Like sometimes I'm 5 pounds less, sometimes I'm 10 pounds more, which is like not a good place for me. And the first place I do gain weight and lose weight from is my face and my ass. So if I'm gaining weight, it's straight to my ass, straight to my face. If I lose, it's taken from my face and my ass, right? I hate that it comes out of my ass. You know what I mean? Like want to keep that dump truck. It's my favorite part about my body. But anyway, really, yes, it has always been there. Even when I've been at my thinnest, like even after I've done fitness challenges and I've lost 30 pounds, I've always still had a little bit of a double chin or this extra skin here. And it's bothered me, but like not too crazy. But obviously, 3 years ago, I started a podcast and this year I've started video and I've been on a TV show and can I fucking tell you, it is an eyesore. Like I cannot wait. Yes. So for the past 3 years, absolutely it has been bothering me because I see it every day, like editing my face video and stuff like that. And like, don't get me wrong, guys. I think I am gorgeous, beautiful. I'm unique. I'm lovely. I'm all of that. But like we all have insecurities and sometimes you got to pay to get rid of one. And that's what I'm doing. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll bring you guys along. Maybe they'll like do some sort of discount code or something like that. Burp. Okay, what else? I'm going to end it with a little bit of a positive thing, and then I'm going to end it with a wine that somebody wrote in. I love when people write wines in because realistically, I just whined for 60 minutes or however long this episode is. And like to come up with another specific wine on top of that, guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I love when y'all write in your wines. Don't forget to do so. But before I go there, the thing that I want to end on a positive note is somebody recently told me, shout out to them, that they were like, you know what? I was thinking the other day and you really have follow through. And I said, really? What do you mean? And she goes, you know, you talk about working out and you do it. You talk about leading a healthy lifestyle and you do it. You talk about starting a podcast. You do it. You talk about getting interesting, new, different guests on and you do it. And I just think that's something that you should really, I don't know if she said necessarily like I admire you, but she was like, I just was thinking about a lot of people talk about a lot of shit and not really follow through with it. And you do. And I was like, you know what? I do. And I really appreciated, because so many times I think you think positive things about somebody and you just like forget to say it out loud. So it's just a reminder, and for me as well, but for y'all to like give people their flowers. You know what I mean? So that's the positive thing I'm leaving you with after a very long episode of bitching. Okay, wine of the week. This person emailed me. So you can email your wines of the week, info@adultishwines.com, or you can, of course, slide into my DMs all the time. Text me, beat me, call me if you want to reach me. Okay? This whiner said, Urinary tract infection. You pee. You take probiotics. You drink water, but your body still decides to betray you. Do men have this problem? Why do they pee at the worst times? Why does the medicine make your pee neon colors? The medicine is clearing the infection, but what else is it doing to my insides? The constant urge to pee is just so constant. It's like a dog on a walk. Pee is endless and plentiful. Can you interview an expert on the urethra or whatever? Thanks. Girl. I've had a UTI or 20. How many have I had? A few. They suck. And so does a yeast infection. But you know what it is like, I've been seeing TikToks about this recently. Well, first of all, here's what I do to help prevent a UTI when I'm being sexually active, because I'm not right now. I take, of course, cranberry pills, which I don't know if that's a placebo effect or like, what's the word? Like a fake, a story. You guys know what I'm talking about. I take cranberry pills, and I also take D-mannose. They're like urinary tract health, like gut health pills or something like that. I don't know where I found those, but I found them a couple years ago, and that's what I've been taking. And they do help. Of course, you need to pee right after sex, shower if possible. Big fan of wet wipes over here. I think Woo More Play has like portable like sexy time wipes that are like safe for your vagina. I have been wanting to look into doing like a pH balanced soap. And do you know what? I recently saw someone say, imagine your boyfriend or the person you're having sex with. Imagine you're doing all these things as like precautionary steps. And imagine the person you're having sex with doesn't. And also, they could just have a dirty fucking dick if they're out bouncing around everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants a dirty dick. But if they have a clean dick and they're just your partner, they should also be maybe using some pH balanced soap or taking some precautions on their end. They're the one putting their shit inside you. You know what I mean? So like, that's gotta be for something as well. They need to help out as well. And you know what? They suffer. When we get a UTI, can't have sex with me. You know what I mean? So you'll benefit from it. But I'm sorry about that, girlfriend. And you know what sucks too is then you take the antibiotics, and then the antibiotics usually caused a yeast infection for me. I'm going to have to tell you guys about my yeast infection story on another day. It is where nightmares are made of. I didn't know if I was going to come out of that. My vagina was on fire. I almost threatened my friend that if she didn't take the yeast infection out of my vagina with the turkey baster, we weren't going to be friends anymore. And that's where I'm going to leave y'all. Love you, Whiners. Follow me on Instagram. At page_crutcher, at adultish wines. I have some new merch coming. I think by the time this episode comes out, actually, I've had some requests for some crop tops and some different versions of the sweatshirts. So go check that out at adultishwines.com. And of course, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Wow, what a fun solo episode this was. I love you guys, and I love spending Thursdays with you, and I love talking to you guys on Instagram, and I feel like I just wish I could podcast every single day. But I can't at the moment. Anyway. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye. We're going to hope that recorded. You know what I mean? We're going to hope. Oh, we're going to hope. 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 We're going to hope.